Hi, I'm Christine Catanat, your Intergenerational Missioner. I've made this video because I wanted to say thank you and to look back over what has happened in the last year. About a year ago, we felt inspired to make a bid to have an extra year in these places, even though two of the parishes, Withington and Lugwardine, would be interregnum during that time. We felt that God was inspiring us to hold on to what had been started in those places and to grow the mission further in Sutton. Have a look and see for yourself what God has done in these places.
The family services that we've started in these three parishes have included the fourth of four at Withington that's actually been going for 3 whole years now. And in that time, we've seen lots and lots of families come through the doors, sometimes more at harvest and Christmas and Easter, but often the same core families coming back month after month who consider themselves one congregation. In the last year, this has been thanks to our dream team, who are Andrea, Joe and Becky and their families, who've been so supportive and collaborative. But also to this person, Margaret Suter, who laid so many foundations, who along with the PCC were so generous and so willing to try something new in this church. The family service at Lugwardine has also been going for a little while, but in this extra year, it's this PCC who are truly intergenerational, inspiring and encouraging, who have helped it to continue. The year started with a really sad service commemorating the death of our Queen. But as the year went on, there became more and more to celebrate as we welcomed the new King. And also, we found ourselves outside for the first time using Sam's amazing orchard, and thanks to his generosity, we had lots and lots of families come and celebrate together. We had such a brilliant time that we actually decided we would hold my final service there, our harvest festival, outside in the orchard, surrounded by apples and thinking about the story of creation while surrounded by God's own creation in this beautiful place. At Sutton St Nicholas, our newer service, the Families Together at 4 service, is a replica really of the fourth of 4, and we've had some wonderful times, but the numbers have gone up and down over the year. But we do believe that we built things steadily here, and we've had some great times and great fun, whether there have been lots of us or just a few. We've had some wonderful services together. So you might be wondering how we have been able to grow a brand new congregation in the village of Sutton St Nicholas. Well, perhaps the very first thing we did at the very beginning of this extra year was to think about our harvest festival and to actually have a harvest weekend where we opened our church and we invited school to make some artwork that we displayed in the church. And then we had lots and lots of families come in over the weekend to have a look about what was going on. At our other church, St Michael's, we had an art exhibition, and on the Sunday we had our traditional harvest festival with the sale afterwards. Another thing we've done in Sutton is to build an Open the Book team. And here you can see lots of our wonderful Open the Book helpers, including Jess, who's often the star of the show and is brilliant at creating props and thinking about storylines. We've got Ruth and Duncan and Mary and Anne, who all help us and are a really wonderful team of helpers that help us throughout lots of the things we do in Sutton now. And it's not just in Sutton we've used this approach. In Lugwardine, with a newly invigorated PCC, here they are. We had a wonderful Christmas tree festival where we built on something that was started last year, and we had an opening night where we asked the school in to sing and we lit up all the trees. And then we had an open weekend, and we had on our last night a lot of fun with our wonderful choir and also the beautiful Conspiro clarinets who came and did the most beautiful concert to end the weekend. And on Christmas Eve, the idea of one of our wonderful supportive church wardens, Keith, was to have an outdoor carol and cribs concert. And so again, weather provided for us, and we were able to have an incredible time with loads and loads of people who came to the harvest weekend, came back. And then the next night at Withington, we had a full house for our crib service there. One of the things that had started the year before was Pizza Club, which came from a class of children who were confirmed. But as some of them moved up to our next group, we started a new group in Sutton called Pancake Club. And eventually, over the course of the year, we've actually joined these two clubs together, which has really been wonderful because we've had so much help from our Open the Book team and from parents who've come along and contributed to the cost of running the thing. They bring fillings and toppings and snacks, and they have started to help out some of them as well. But as you can see, we have loads and loads of fun with this. We started with just a little handful, and now we regularly have up to around 15, sometimes a few more children that come every month, and it's a good way for us to see families in between our services. And also thanks to our PCC at Sutton, especially Keith and Elaine, the church wardens, who were brave enough to let us try something that was going to cost a little bit of money and was in a facility that wasn't the church. Emerge is our group for young people, age 11 plus. And as you can see, we love to be outside and doing lots of things. And this group has really rather struggled during the year, mostly just due to the busyness of young people and of families in general. But really the two that have helped me with this the most are my dream team, Jenny and Nessie, who have really gone all out to help in practical ways and encouraged me even when things have been pretty difficult, and also to churches that have let us use their facilities. Sometimes again we've just had a little handful of young people, but we've always had a great time. Laura is the other person that most of you won't know, who has orchestrated so much of our youth work and given us such great advice on how to do things and encouraged us as well. I wanted also to talk about some things that have happened across all of the parishes. First of all, Easter, we had a lovely extravaganza over in Sutton in the village hall. We had lots and lots of people come. And here's Austin, who won the prize for egg rolling and wasn't too proud to help out clearing up afterwards. Here's Natalie running the Easter egg hunt, and some of our children doing the egg rolling in the hall. On Easter Day, it was my absolute privilege to lead the service with Paul as we had all generations come together to celebrate a marvellous Easter Sunday, using the ribbons to demonstrate the transforming power of the cross. And it was lovely for me to have some of my own family there as well. Something that touched all the churches was the coronation of King Charles, and here we had a lovely time in all of our services thinking about the crown jewels and how they connect us to a journey of faith. Here we are at Withington and also at Lugwardine, where we had a go at making our own crown jewels. This is a really good example of something that I have taken into all the schools for my assemblies. I haven't been able to do as much at Withington nor at Lugwardine, but at Sutton they have been so welcoming, and we've been able to do a lot more things there this year. So thank you so much to them, especially for being so welcoming and lovely. Joining in with what's already happening in the community is often a way of creating mission, and here we are, we hope, blessing this community in Sutton as we joined in with their coronation tea. One of the great joys of the last few years has been the number of confirmations that we have seen in these parishes, and this year we saw 7 candidates from across both benefices. And it was just an amazing privilege to lead them in confirmation classes in some of these beautiful churches like this one at Preston Wynn. where we got our candidates ready for the service at the end of September, where they were confirmed by Bishop Richard at Sutton St Nicholas. And just as a new vicar was appointed in Bartestree Cross, it was time for me to say goodbye, as my work here was done and it was time to move on and to hand the things that I have grown and started and established over to you to continue in the years to come. So many people I need to say thank you to, but most especially to Natalie and to Paul, who've been such inspiring priests to me and have collaborated and been such great teammates on this journey. I can't thank them enough. But also to Simon and Paul for having the imagination to bring me here to these parishes in the first place, and to Lizzie, my boss, who has been a constant source of encouragement, faith and love. Lastly, thank you to Mark, my incredible husband, who some of you have got to know a little bit, who has been my constant strength and prayerful partner throughout the last 6 years.